What's going on, guys? It's been a while, but I am back here at the Jurassic Park compound customization table, bringing you a brand new custom Jurassic vehicle video. Today we're going to be taking this Elite Force Hummer and turning it into a Jurassic style Hummer, going with a green color on this one. So before we even start slinging paint on this thing, we're going to have to take it all apart. Fortunately, the way that they built this Hummer, it all disassembles. There's held together with little tiny screws underneath. All the doors, everything pops off of it, so it's going to make priming and painting this thing super easy. So go ahead and speed this part up real quick and just sort of talk over it. This Hummer, I found it on Amazon for 17 bucks. Figured that was a pretty good deal. They do have some green Hummers on Amazon that are a little bit more. But where's the fun in that? You know, we like to customize and paint stuff here, so I went ahead and got this one since it was cheaper. One thing that I did enjoy, the fact that this thing actually has a really cool computer in it, but it's also green on the inside, so I'm not going to have to worry about painting the interior. I thought I was going to have to paint it when I was looking at the pictures online, but I'm not going to have to worry about that. So we got this thing ready for prime. I'm going to take some semi-gloss black spray paint. It's just what I have laying around in the shop. I want to use it all up, and I'm going to go ahead and prime this thing with the black. And while the black is drying on the body, I want to paint these tires here. Now the tires don't come off, but the rubber part of the tire does. As you can see here, it's just on a plastic looking thing, and you can just slide them off, and that way you don't have to worry about taping off the tires or anything like that. And I'm really the whole design of this Hummer is actually really great for customizing, like just the way that they have engineered it. Most vehicles, you know, it's difficult to get the rims off when you're going to paint them, but these things, the tires just slide off. I think that's just brilliant design choice right there. Okay, so the black has fully cured, and now I'm going to go in with my first color. For that, I am using just a flat camouflage green, and that's going to be my sort of base color that I'm going to put on this thing. I really want to make sure that the paint sticks to it and it doesn't scrape off or anything like that. So I'm going the extra step and giving just one more coat of a different type of, enamel paint on the plastic before I go in with airbrush paint. But if you don't have an airbrush, you can just get a darker color green or a military color green, whatever they have. Just kind of look around. But for this one here, I am using Vallejo Model Air Force Green on this, and I'm just going to give it a few light coats. You know how it goes. Try not to put it on too thick, and it will stick to the plastic better if you just give it a few light coats on this thing. Okay, so that green has dried. It's looking sharp. I love the way this has turned out. Now I'm going to focus on the tires over here, and what I did before, while the green was drying, I actually took some flat crystal clear enamel spray paint, and I just gave each tire a light coat of it just to give the airbrush paint something to grip onto, since it's just bare plastic and I didn't feel like going through the process of priming these. So it's just got a thin coat of the flat clear over it, and I'm going to do a couple of coats of the airbrush paint over these rims to make them match the body. So now it's time to reconnect this body and see what this thing looks like. It's already looking way better. I like green Humvees. They just look so cool. And, the Lost World kind of introduced the Hummer to the Jurassic franchise, and I think that the InGen Hummers are just really awesome, the ones that they used on Site B. But so now it's time to take this Hummer. I'm going to go ahead and put all the screws back in, and then we're going to add some details to it. So check this out right here. I've got some InGen water slide decal stickers on this thing. I ordered some off of eBay from a company called Bad Mother Tattoos and Decals or something like that. But these little things, they come in all kinds of little sizes. And they're actually just water slide decals that you dip them in. You cut them out, dip them in water, and the little graphic membrane will slide off the paper, and then you can put them on the Hummer. But I will leave a description or I'll leave the link to this eBay store in the description box below. That way you guys can go and check it out. You can print these things out yourself if you have an inkjet printer and some water slide decals. But this is the card that comes with it. So it comes with several different sizes. I think it comes with 3 large ones and then a bunch of little tiny ones, all the way down to like real small InGen logos that you could put on like clothes or whatever for like tiny little 3 3/4 G.I. Joe size guys. But the decals really just make this thing, you know, it takes it to the next level. So now that the decals are on, I'm going to start painting all the little doodads all over it, like the headlights, and adding little small details and stuff just to kind of bring it out a little bit more. Not a whole lot in terms of paint detail on this thing. It really kind of depends on whatever you want to do, but I'm going around just accenting some of the metal, or you know, there's just like little hooks and stuff like that, and like little rivets all over the sides. You could leave it as is, but you know, just want to see what it kind of look like. But I'm taking just an aluminum Vallejo Model Air and painting some of this stuff, this aluminum color. Now I'm taking a dry brush and I'm going around and just sort of brushing some of the edges to make it look like the paint has been, you know, worn off over time, running through the jungle and stuff like that. Just little minor details. Of course, you could, if you're doing this, you could just leave it clean if you wanted to. But you know, I like my vehicles to look kind of rough. So now I am going in with a watered down black acrylic paint and washing it all over the Hummer, and letting it get into the recesses, and then taking a paper towel and wiping it off. I kind of want to give it that sort of greasy, grimy, black vibe, just to kind of make it look like it's been lived in, you know. I love the look of just kind of dirty, you know, messed up looking vehicles. I think they look really awesome. And now that the black wash has dried, I'm taking some mud. This is actually just a coffee latte color acrylic paint, and I'll put it on the edge of a paintbrush, and then take my airbrush and blow at the paintbrush, and it gives it sort of a natural mud splatter all over the car. I'm basically going to do it all over the corners, all over the hubs, getting it everywhere where, you know, mud would kind of kick up off the ground and splatter on it. It just gives it a really cool effect. I also am going to take some of the acrylic paint and cram it down into the tread of the tires, and then take a paper towel and wipe off all the excess to make it look like the tires have mud stuck in the treads. It's just a really cool little detail. So with all that mud and dirt applied, we're going to do the finishing touches on this thing. We're going to seal it up with some matte varnish. You can use matte or flat, whatever you got on hand. You really want to bring all that shine down, you know, because the Hummer will have sort of that dirty kind of flat look to it. But this thing looks so awesome. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. Super easy customization to do to this thing. It's really just a straight up repaint to it. Aside from, you know, adding the decals, which really bring this thing to life. It really gives it that sort of Jurassic Park vibe, which I really love. And it's in perfect scale with all the Mattel 3 3/4 G.I. Joe size figures, so they'll fit inside of it. Like I said, you can get 4 guys in this thing, plus 1 guy up in the gunner seat up there. And but this thing is such a fun little project to do. I'm glad to finally be able to get it to you guys. The same process can be applied to any vehicle. As you can see here in this photograph, this is just a $5 Walmart car, and I did the same exact thing with that one, with just a different shade of green, but added the same InGen decals to it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You found the information provided useful, and you're able to get out there and build your Jurassic fleet of vehicles up so you guys can track down some dinos in your park. For more Jurassic Park related content, you guys know where to find me. Links will be in the description box below. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next video.